Turkey's most important film festival is in full swing. On its third day, the event hosted Bosnian director Aida Begic, who was in Antalya to promote her drama, Never Leave Me. After screening his own film Radiance, Japanese actor Masatoshi Nagase attended a Q&A session. Another competing film that was screened was Anna Urashadze's Scary Mother. The Antalya Film Festival runs until Friday. Now, to talk more about the festival, I'm joined by the president of the jury, Elia Suleiman. Elia, it's early days, but how is the festival going so far?
Well, I think the glamour for me rests not with the celebrities, but with the films and the filmmakers. And I think generally I can tell you that I'm happy with the jury members. And usually it's essential that jury members agree and are communicating very well with each other. I think that's already for me a big prize.
Now, this year's festival is focused on refugee stories. It's also touched on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and fragmented communities. Do you think it's important for art to be reflective of today's reality?
Well, I mean, there is no way to avoid it. It's everywhere happening in the world. We're living in a very unstable moment historically. Refugees are, everywhere, and so it's sort of impossible for an artist not to face the realities of every day today. So I think it's not only important, but it's also essential to address the question of why this is happening and to address the question of what can be done.
As a filmmaker yourself, tell us the weight on a filmmaker's shoulders to, tell these stories in this, as you mentioned, unstable political time.
Well, let's put it that way. In moments of turbulence, political turbulences like we're facing today, I think it's an ethical and moral position that the artists have to take. And I think it's important that they go out there and try to, raise the questions about the, violent realities that we are facing. So it's not really a weight, it is a moral duty. And after all, if you think about what art is about, art is mostly trying to raise questions and also trying to infuse some hope that can somehow give us a little momentum in order to reflect and to see how we can create a kind of space where we are living in a better world. I cannot see how an artist, be not political today, because I think everything we live from the moment we wake up is a political moment. And the fact is, it's not only about military machines and occupations, it's also about the way we live, about how we can actually make a better ecological system, about how we can communicate to each other. So the idea of art is actually to somehow reduce from the violence that we are confronted with, and at the same time to give us the pleasure of watching and to give us a sort of meditative moment. I think it's essential that when we leave the theater, we are eager to communicate, we are eager to have some sort of togetherness. I would say art, cinema, essentially, also is a place where we can have some consolation about the solitary environment that we live in, because this way we can also have some kind of a negotiation with the harsh realities we are facing. So yes, I do think that it is a political world, and art is a political expression.
Now, of course, you're a filmmaker yourself. Tell us about the film that you're working on right now and where you are, what stage you are in the process.
Well, actually, it's quite quite related to what I'm saying. My next film is about exactly this issue. It's about this character that leaves Palestine in search of an alternative homeland. But then he's sort of in a very awkward and perverse fashion. He finds that wherever he goes, there is a Palestine. So essentially, it's about let's say, the globalization of the security apparatus. It's about the violence that this character encounters everywhere he goes. Of course, it's done in a style that is not, over dramatic. My films are also humorous, and they use burlesque, and so it's a kind of a political, but also humorous film, as all my films are, in fact. So this is really about the globalization of Palestine.
I look forward to seeing it, and we'll leave it there, but enjoy the rest of the festival, Elia.